Hey, what's up everybody? Swish here, back in the wood line near my neighborhood. And what I wanted to show for you today was kind of part of a gift that my wife got me for our anniversary back in December. And that is the Earth Pack dry bag turned into a survival kit for the winter. So stick with me. All right, welcome back. What I have for you today again is the Earth Bag 20-liter Earth Pack 20-liter dry bag. This is the company Earth Pack right here, and it's a great item to have in the wintertime to keep your things dry. With the snow, as you can see everywhere, things tend to get a little wet, so you can drop this in the snow and it keeps everything protected inside, keeps everything dry. So it does come with a nice strap, so that way you can kind of carry it on your back like so, and now your hands are free to move around. So if you're moving around or whatever and doing any tasks that you need to do, or if you just want a day hike somewhere and this is what you want to carry with you, these are the things you can carry with that you can you can take this with you. Sorry, I can't talk today. But you can take it with you and have everything you need if you find yourself in a situation where something happens, you get lost or whatever, and you need to be able to affect survival in a sense. It has everything in here that you need for that. You can also slip this in a pack on the side with some other things that you might take. It is a little big, so you probably have to have a pretty big pack to have, but it does fit snugly snug in my Alice pack that I have. So it's a great thing to take with you separately. So we'll get to what's inside the kit. Thanks. All right, so you've kind of seen a little bit of the layout of what I have going on here for you. So here we go through the items one by one. First item we have is cover. And one thing about cover, the first part about cover is your clothes, what you have on you, appropriate for where you're at. So keep in mind cover is the first thing, but the other part of cover is your shelter system. So what I have here is the Arcturus space blanket that can be a shelter system. It can be done two ways. You can just wrap it around you like a big blanket, or you can set it up as a lean-to, an A-frame, a plow point, any kind of shelter that you want in here. So pull it out here for you. All right, it's a 5x7 space blanket. Not sure if I can show you guys everything in the frame, but just to give you an idea. And this is on the other side, which is the space blanket material, or the Mylar material. All right, so that was a space blanket. And one thing I have inside are yellow stakes. One great thing about these stakes is, aside from them being stakes to stake in your shelter, these can also be used for fire. You can make shavings with these for tinder off that with the spine of your knife, and make fire with this. You can even put this stake in the ground and just light this stake on fire. So that'll give you time to get whatever fuel you need for a good fire. So lots of things that you can do with this, with these stakes as well. And comes to my next point, cordage. So you want to have some cordage with you to make a quick deploy ridge line for your shelter, or whatever else you need cordage for. Mainly for shelter is what I use it for, to set up the space blanket. So that's one reason why I carry cordage with me, and why you should too. Take my gloves off here. Next item, container. So one thing about having a container is I carry with me a stainless steel single-walled water bottle with a nesting cup at the very least. So that's what I carry with me. So you can disinfect water, you can boil water with it, you can carry it with you where you need to go. So, and the nesting cup just helps for cooking. So you can cook anything in here. You can cook whatever you need, meat, fish, whatever, fill it up, boil water, boil fish, boil meat. If you have freeze-dried food, you can use your freeze-dried food in here. So that's the great thing about container. You could even make char cloth in this kind of container as well. So lots of things that you can do with a container. Containers are king out in the field. So as I learned from a good buddy of mine, Mr. Jake Trent, who said that in one of his videos. All right, cutting tool. Actually, I'm going to get both of them out because I have this little pouch that I have everything stored in. So my first cutting tool is a Mora Garberg. Get you guys closer so you can see that. Okay, nice good carbon steel blade. The Mora Garberg is one of my favorite for a small cutting tool, and it's a Scandinavian grind, as you can see, with a good solid sheath. And underneath my sheath I have another item, part of the survival kit, which is a canvas sail needle that you can use to make repairs, and I have that taped underneath here. So I can make repairs if I need to, for if my clothing gets ripped or something like that. A sharp spine on this knife, so that way you can strike a ferrocerium rod. You can make shavings with it. Anything that you need to do for woodworking, the sharp spine helps you with that. Full tang, always recommend a full tang knife for your cutting tool. So full tang knives are just, you know, they don't break as much as rat tail tangs or any kind of other knife. But this is also a good knife to have on a budget. I think I only paid about 50 bucks for it with the sheath. There's different kind of sheaths with it. They have like survival sheaths with ferro rods attached to them. Go to Amazon and you can find that out. But a good carbon steel knife with a good sharp spine. Always carry a second cutting tool knife, and one thing that I recommend carrying is an S.A.K. Swiss Army knife. This is a small one, and the reason why is because one important item on here, and it can be used, is a saw. All right, so you can cut little saplings with this for things like firewood and all that stuff. So that's a good thing to have. It's just a great multi-tool all around. Has a secondary blade on it. Come on now. Secondary blade to use. Actually, it has two blades on it right there. So there's two blades on that. Plus the saw, it's got scissors, bottle opener can, screwdriver on the back. It's got an awl for drilling holes if you need to. One thing that I think is great is the toothpick. You know, you need to pick something out of your teeth or whatever, and the tweezers. Even if it's summertime, if there's ticks or something, you need to pick something off you. The tweezers are great. So an all-around great tool to have with you. Okay, so one other item to always carry with you is a compass with pace beads. This is the Suto MC compass, and what's great for this is how multifunctional it is. It also has a mirror, so you can use this for signaling when the sun is shining as well, and it has a magnifying lens, good for starting fires. Can you guys see yourselves in there? There you are. But this compass is tried and true to have, and it's great. You can, you know, set your azimuth, reverse azimuth, all that stuff. Great for land nav. So always carry a compass, but make sure you guys get training. Okay, I can't stress training enough. It's not enough to just have this kit. So if you don't know how to use a compass, get some training on how to do that. Of course, Dave Canterbury's basic survival class teaches you the fundamentals of a compass and how to use it. And as you go to the different courses, you learn more about land nav and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend you get training on this. Okay, so but a compass is a must. All right, next item is combustion. The first type of combustion to always carry is a Bic lighter. Okay, and I recommend carrying two. I have one more in my pocket, so you know, two is one is none. And I carry some I have some tape on this as well. The Gorilla Tape makes really good tinder. You can wrap it up and it'll burn for a while, so it's good. I also carry the Pathfinder Mini Infernal's great fire starting. It burns for a while to help get you, especially if you maybe have wet wood. This will help. And secondary combustion device, of course, a ferro rod. This is a 6-inch by a 1/2-inch diameter ferro rod. So always recommend having a ferro rod, at least 2 combustion devices to have with you. All right, next item, candling device, a headlamp with spare batteries. And make sure before you go, these batteries are fresh. Don't be putting, don't go out with batteries that you don't know how long you've used this. So this is a pretty good one. It's an Energizer. I like it. Has a red lens, different. You know, it doesn't blink. You know, it doesn't signal at night, but this is a good signaling tool for nighttime as well. So you can, you know, do this, and you can to kind of strobe at night to signal for help. Okay, so always have some kind of light source. Next item to have, cotton material, a good shamag. This thing can be used for so many things. It can be used as a container. It can be used to keep you warm, to wrap around your neck, around your head, and it keeps me warm, keeps my neck warm and stuff like that. You can make char cloth out of this. I've carried firewood with this, like I said, for the container. You can even use it as a makeshift tourniquet if you can get a stick and tie it around your leg or arm, and as a makeshift tourniquet. Recommend you get a good tourniquet, you know, a proven one. But if you don't have that, remember, this is all basic stuff that I have here with me. So if you have an injury, you can use that. You know, so many different uses for a good cotton material. Cargo tape, Gorilla Tape is the best. I recommend just getting a single color. Don't get the kind that has padding on it, because it just doesn't, for me anyway, it doesn't tape right. You know, the strings come loose. But you can do all kinds of stuff. You can repair your clothes. You can make a container with it. You know, I use it to tape up my shelter, my Mylar blanket, so that way it reinforces it, so that way you could have good retention when you stretch it out. So cargo tape is good. You can do a lot of things with cargo tape. The thing that I also take with me, snacks, Nutri-Grain bars, and some hydration, some electrolyte powder to get those electrolytes, something to have some kind of calories to keep you going. A beef jerky. This is just an example, guys. I would carry more stuff. I'm just kind of showing you for demonstration purposes. You know, maybe get some protein bars, something with good calories to keep you going. But just to show you as an example, some good snacks to have with you. One other thing I wanted to point out is the 20-liter bag itself is also a container. As a dry bag, you can carry water in it. You can carry, you know, if you set up your shelter, keep everything by your shelter, take this with you. You can carry tinder, you can carry smalls, you can carry firewood with it. It makes a good container as well once you have everything set up. So I just wanted to point that out to you, that makes a very good container. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining me on this video here for the Earth Pack Survival Kit. So again, make sure you guys get some good training before you go out there. Don't just put some items in a bag and go out there and say, okay, I'm gonna survive. Make sure you get some good training. The training I've had is my military background and the basic survival course at the Pathfinder School in Ohio. Can't wait to go to the intermediate course. It's looking like May. I know I've said that in other videos, so just reiterating that. I'm excited to go there and hone my skills even further, and then eventually the advanced course after that. So really excited. So until then, thanks for joining me. If you guys could give me a like, share, and subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys on the next one. In the meantime, get outside and have a great time. See ya.